Welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're here today. I'm your host, and for this session, I'm stepping in as your personal English fluency coach. We're going to dig into an incredible guide designed to take your English speaking skills from absolute zero to completely fluent, step by step. If you've ever struggled to find the right words in your daily life, or if you get that nervous feeling when it's time to speak up, well, this explainer is exactly what you need. We're going to break down the exact, real-life sentences you need to use every single day. Listen, there's a core philosophy we're following today, and it's this. Fluency is built not by reading, but by speaking again and again. So I really don't want you to just sit back and watch this passively. To get the absolute most out of our time together, you've got to be active. I want you to repeat after me, speak loudly, practice right now as if you're talking to a real person standing right in front of you. Because honestly, that's how real, unshakable confidence is built. You're literally training your brain and your mouth to work together. Okay, so here's our daily fluency game plan. Think of it as our blueprint. We'll start with your morning English routine, then master polite phrases for dining out, dive into evening habits for fluency, and finally, we'll tackle the mirror practice challenge. All right, jumping right into part 1, your morning English routine. Let's dive into this. You know, setting the tone early is absolutely the best way to get your brain thinking in English all day long. Let's start with basic morning greetings and replies. These are the phrases you'll use every single day. Imagine you're walking into the office or maybe dropping the kids at school before you've even had your coffee. Say it out loud, confidently with me. Good morning, how are you? Or, to mix it up a bit, how is your day going? You could comment on the weather like, it's a beautiful day today. And hey, when someone asks how you're doing, skip that awkward hesitation and just reply, I am fine, thank you, or I am doing well. Keep that voice loud and clear. Now, what's really brilliant about looking at a chronological schedule is how perfectly it maps out your actual day. Our source material emphasizes that routine sentences are crucial because, well, we all love to talk about our day, right? Let's anchor these to some specific times. Speak up and say, I have my breakfast at 8 a.m. Then, I start my work at 9 a.m. And halfway through the day, I take a lunch break at 1 p.m. When you connect the vocabulary directly to your real-life schedule, it totally stops being abstract and becomes completely functional. Beyond the schedule, you've got those incredibly useful everyday home conversations. You're doing great, by the way. Keep that energy up. Let's practice these. When you're hanging out at home, try using these phrases. Please give me water. Turn on the fan. Or the one I literally use every single day. Where is my phone? When you're heading out, you can say, I am going outside for a while, followed by, I will be back soon. Using English in the safety of your own home, that's your absolute best training ground. Moving right along to part 2, polite phrases for dining out. Okay, let's step outside the house for a minute. Picture this. You're sitting down at a really nice restaurant, the waiter walks over, and suddenly you need to speak. Having specific situational phrases ready makes this interaction incredibly smooth. When you're asking for options, you just say, can I see the menu, please? When ordering, state your preference clearly. I want vegetarian food. While you're dining, if you need something, just say, please bring water. Oh, and don't forget to compliment the chef. This food is delicious. Finally, when it's time to pay, smoothly ask, can I get the bill, please? Run these scenarios in your head so that when the time comes, the words just flow. The big takeaway here is that using polite expressions makes your English sound so incredibly natural and respectful. It instantly builds a connection. Give these a try. Thank you so much. You're welcome. If you slip up, no big deal. Just say, sorry for the mistake. Need to get someone's attention? A polite, excuse me, works perfectly every time. And listen, here's a total lifesaver, a real insider secret. If you didn't catch what someone said, just ask, could you please repeat that? Memorize that one. It takes all the pressure off if the other person is speaking way too fast. All right, on to part 3, evening habits for fluency. So the day is winding down, but how you end your day is honestly just as important as how you start it when you're trying to lock in what you've learned. Let's use some chronological anchors to describe your evening wind down. Say it out loud with me. I finish my work at 6 p.m. Then, for your downtime, I watch TV or use my phone in the evening. And finally, to close it all out, I go to sleep at 10 p.m. Reciting your day in English as you're actually living it, it totally trains your brain to translate your actions on the fly. Our guide lays out some really powerful daily fluency habits. Practice English daily, watch English videos, repeat sentences loudly, try to think in English, speak with your friends in English, and the big one, never give up. I really want to remind you that even if you only have, say, 5 or 10 minutes a day to dedicate to this, that is totally enough. It's consistency over time that creates those massive, undeniable results. All right, I'm putting my supportive coach hat firmly on my head for a second here. Affirmations work. They really do. I want you to say this out loud with me right now, nice and clear. I can speak English. I am improving every day. Come on, one more time. I can speak English. I am improving every day. You've got to believe it because it is 100% true. And that brings us to part 4, the Mirror Practice Challenge. This is our final and honestly maybe the most powerful technique from the source material for truly accelerating your speaking skills. It's a simple 4-step process. Step 1, speak in front of a mirror. Yeah, I know, it might feel a little silly at first, but watch your mouth move, watch your facial expressions. Step 2, record your voice using your phone. Step 3, listen back to yourself. It can feel a little awkward, but it is so incredibly effective. And step 4, correct your mistakes. You literally become your own best teacher. Now, I know a massive mental block usually pops up right about here. The fear of speaking usually sounds something like, I am afraid of making mistakes. But look at the actual reality of learning. Mistakes are part of learning. Even native speakers make mistakes. You absolutely have to drop that fear of messing up. Mistakes mean you're trying. They mean you're actually speaking. Just keep practicing. Let's do a quick call and response right now. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer me out loud with either I am learning English or I want to speak fluently. You ready? Here we go. Hello, how are you? What are you doing today? That's great. Are you enjoying it? Fantastic. You'll absolutely achieve that if you keep practicing daily. I want you to really lock in this golden rule from our guide today. Small daily practice creates big results. You seriously don't need to study for 4 hours a day to become fluent. You just need to show up every single day. Stay consistent, stay confident in your abilities, and trust the process. You are building a skill that's going to open up the whole world for you. So, I want to leave you with one final question to chew on. Will you take the 10 minutes daily challenge today? I challenge you, the second this explainer ends, to walk straight over to a mirror, look yourself in the eye, and start speaking the phrases we covered today. Record yourself. Listen back. Take real ownership of your fluency journey today. Thank you so much for joining me to unpack this super helpful guide. Keep speaking, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next explainer.